What's going on YouTube? Rabe, and holy schmagoli at the size of this box. This is the Mega Bloks Call of Duty Ghosts Tactical Helicopter. Set number 06858. Recommended ages 12 and up. And 968 pieces. Yeah, this is I believe this is the largest of the newest wave of Mega Bloks Call of Duty sets. As you can see, it is a super sweet Black Hawk helicopter. I'm very excited about this, as I live right down the street from Sikorsky, and it's got a dog, and what's not to be excited about that? So as you can see, very cool looking helicopter. Pretty cool looking dudes too. We're going to check those out on the back of the box. Just like so. Alright, so we've got, looks like 3 Call of Duty mini micro action figures here. We've got Sergeant David Hesh Walker, we got Captain Elias Walker, and we have Captain Deadmeat Pilot guy with no name, and that's never a good sign if you don't get a name. But anyway, you got some really nice pictures on the back of the box here of the helicopter kind of taking off and or landing, with these guys kind of in the foreground here. Really cool stuff going on. So, oh, and of course, Riley, the Wonder Dog. I can't forget Riley, the Wonder Dog. You get 35 authentic accessories, as well as this pretty nifty looking crate to carry it all, which, you know, we've seen before if you've watched any of these videos or have any experience with the Mega Bloks Call of Duty sets. But it's a gigantic helicopter. It's a ton of pieces. It's going to take me a nice, hopefully a couple of hours to put this together, you know, sit down, watch a movie, chill out with this stuff. So I'm excited to build it. I'm excited to show it to you guys. So hope you'll stick around and check out the review in just a moment. Okay guys, here we go. Man, this set is gigantic. Really, you can't even explain it, and you can't really show it properly on video. But I measured it. It's about, from tail to nose, it's like 21 inches or like 52 centimeters, something like that. Really long. But we're going to check out the micro action figures first. So let's start off with, we'll just start with this guy, Pilot Deadmeat here. He's just a kind of standard Call of Duty Mega Bloks micro action figure. So nothing too spectacular going on here. You can see he's got a nice flight helmet on. With a little sculpted detailing in there. You can kind of make it out. He's got his jacket on and all of his accessories. Next up we have, what's this guy's name? David Hesh Walker. David Hesh Walker. So here is this guy. He's got some sweet sideburns going on here with a little skull cap. His eyes are for the most part straight, which I appreciate. And he's got painted knees. How about that? Painted kneecaps. Very cool. And yeah, that's that guy. And he's got a nice little automatic rifle. And last for the humans, but certainly not least, we have Elias Walker, Captain Elias Walker. Speaking of skull caps, so this is the ghost, I guess, guy. Got a little ghosty face print on his head. It's pretty neat looking. It's a little off center on mine, but it's not bad. He's got the usual ball jointed head, and a nice rifle, weapon there. He also has painted kneecaps, silver. But other than that, he's pretty much all just straight black, with the exception of his face printing and his accessories. But there you have it. He's also got this little guy right here on his... And for those of you that are not familiar, these Call of Duty micro action figures, you can kind of pull off all these little accessories. They have little pegs that they can all stick onto. And he's got one here that a little hook and you'll see what that's all about in a few moments, or minutes probably. But there is Elias Walker, and of course, last but certainly not least, our canine companion, Riley. Riley does have armor on as well, or some sort of gear, I guess it would be more described as. He's got all kinds of articulation. His tail can go up and down, so he can poop on people. He's got his legs can also move, like so. His head can go up and down, or his neck can rather, and his head, of course, is on a ball joint, so it can get all kinds of motion there. And it is the same ball joint that these guys use, so if you so desired, you could, you know, I am Anubis, dog of something, so you could do that. But you can also pop his head off to get the armor off of his body. Unfortunately, he still has this rockin' 80s headband, no matter what, because that is molded onto the dog itself, but you can have a more or less normal dog as well. We're just going to put his gear back on, if I can remember how to do it. There we go. And we'll just pop that right back on, like so. And there you have Riley, the helper dog. Yeah, so very cool. On to the helicopter itself. We have a very large, very nice Black Hawk helicopter, and just, you can get a kind of an idea of scale with the action figure right there, kind of giving you an idea of how large this thing is. But yeah, very cool. For those of you, and all of these pieces are printed. They are not stickers. Any image you see graphic on this, such as the ghost image right there, or the U.S. flag right there, these are all printed on. So if you don't, if you don't live in the States and you would like to not have the U.S. flag on here necessarily, just do some. If you have nail polish remover, you could probably put that on a Q-tip and just give that a little bit of a wipe, and it should take it off there. You got some landing gear here, which is very cool. Whoops! You also get this box of goodies. Let's go over this really quickly. With most all of the Call of Duty sets, you get this little chest here that you can put your various leavings in, and I've got all the extra accessories, binoculars, and grenades, and all sorts of other things, and a missile in there. And we'll just put that off to the side so I don't drop it again. But very cool. Check out the landing gear. It's really nicely done, with one problem. You cannot press down on this thing or it will make the landing gear kind of pop out of the bottom here. Like the landing gear can't handle any pressure downward, which is kind of a bummer considering the top of the helicopter comes off and it's got little studs that you need to press down to get to reattach. So that can be a little problematic. Just be careful with it and you should be fine. But otherwise, really nicely done. You can see the back, the way they did the kind of stepped taper back there. Really nice. There's a wheel in the back that's free spinning, so you can have your helicopter down and kind of maneuver it that way. The rear wing thingy here is posable, and of course it's got the tilted rear rotor. Very nicely done. It doesn't spin freely, unfortunately. There's just a little too much friction going on there. I could probably loosen that up a little bit, but we'll just leave it for now. But otherwise, really nice set overall. Holy smokes. You can see under here we've got some extra fuel tanks and some missiles underneath these little wings. I love the kind of piston look they gave the struts here. I love the way those are made. Whoa, it's bigger than my recording area. Very nicely done. You got a new piece here for the front of the helicopter. I love the stepped design of the front. Yeah, really, really nicely done. The engines and things, these are nicely, you can position them around if you like. I like them kind of tucked in there. The intakes and all this other stuff going on. And of course the rotor is free spinning, and let's see if I can actually get it to go, because I have to back this up a little bit. Woo! Very nice. Very nice free spinning rotor. And these guys are on little clicky joints, so you can fold this back for storage if you so desire. This one's just kind of, stick that out or whatever. And of course, if you press down, it'll do exactly what I told you and knock the landing gear out. But theoretically, if you press down, if I hold the bottom and press down, it locks that into place so it doesn't spin around anymore. And you can still turn it, but it's ratcheted now, so it'll stay in whatever position you leave it. So that's a really good way to kind of store this or move it around or whatever. So very, very cool. And of course, to free it, you just pull it back up and it goes back to free spin mode. Now, of course, you can take this whole thing right off. Very cool. Pop it right over there and see inside the helicopter. You can see there's a lot of space going on here, which is fine because there's still a lot of stuff going on. You see this nice little string. It's actually very nice, like a woven kind of thread. Let's see if I can focus on this thing. And you got a little doodad right here, which we'll get into in just a moment. But yeah, let's look at some more of the interior. Okay, so in the back here, you can see you've got a little tool area. I don't know if you can make out the back there, but you've got some wire, some cable cutters. You've got a shovel. You've got a nice little backpack going on up there, and an extra grappling hook, as well as some seats here that your little men's can sit down in. Just fold them up, their legs, and they've all got these little holes in the back. You just sit them right on the seats, and they're good to go. Up toward the front, you can see you've got all the little controls inside there, the control panels, as well as the control stick for the helicopter. And my hands are a little big to get in there, but so you can take your pilot, relieve him of his weapon, which, oddly enough, the gun doesn't have any way to peg on, which would have been nice. But that's alright. You can just... There is a little storage area right beside his seat for the gun. Of course, I missed it completely. But in theory, there you go. So you can stick the gun right in there and take the guy. Give him the old seat-a-rooney position. Sit him down, plug him in. Come on, dude. There we go. Plug him in, and he can fit his hand over the over the control stick if I could get my big dumb fingers in there. But yeah, I could take this off theoretically and just do that. But I don't want to take pieces apart. Granted, it's only 2, and then this whole thing comes up. And once again, you can see I've dislodged the landing gear. That is kind of annoying. I wish they would have a solution for that. But yeah, there's room for one more over here. We've got room for one more over here, and of course all this standing space. Now on the other side, going back over this way, and his gun fell out. You can see it's got the rope here, and this thing wants to keep coming loose. That is the good thing and the bad thing about this. I suppose you could heat it up and kind of get it to stay forever and ever, but just the way that this is made, the knot wants to kind of slip a little bit, but that's alright. So you've got your rope here. You've got a couple of choices. You can put this thing on the end of it. You can see it's got the the hole through it to kind of facilitate being on this string. I opted for this because I think it's a little more versatile, and I don't know why you'd really want a grappling hook there. But so you take your ghost, you put his hand around this little gray bit here, and that kind of allows him to slide up and down the rope. And then you can take this little loop of rope and put it in the little hook on his waist, and now he's got a nice safe way to rappel down. So, you know, you get your helicopter up here, you got this guy down here, and he's not going to slide down to the end of the rope by himself. He's going to wait for you to push him down. So really nice, just adds that friction that keeps him kind of steady on the rope there. Really, really cool set overall. I'm very happy with this set. I feel it's well worth the money, and I still am loving these Call of Duty sets. Like, I haven't found one yet that really kind of kicked me out of the line. I will say this: Mega Bloks still needs to work on their instructions, because there were some instructions that had just things in the wrong place, told you to put blocks or bricks in the wrong place, and they would be corrected in, like, the next step would show it in the correct spot, but you know, the one before it would have like one brick here, and then obviously when you put that there, 3 steps down the line you have to do something else that doesn't fit, because you have to, you know. So they still need to work on that a little bit. They need to definitely work on their coloring of the instructions, because you've got black pieces and you've got these really dark, like, swirled blue, kind of bluish grayish pieces, and in the instructions you really can't tell what's what, and in some cases they want you to use, you know, one of these pieces and you think they mean a black piece. Yeah. Also, start maybe thinking about numbering your bags, or put all of one kind of piece in one bag. So, because this is a 900 something piece set, and I spent a lot of that time just kind of pushing through a sea of these exactly the same colored pieces to find, you know, one little cheese slope or whatever. So just things to think about, especially, you know, for the younger builders, and people that don't want to spend, you know, several hours separating out pieces before they start building something. But that said, it is a absolutely fantastic building set. I totally love it. I need to figure out how I'm going to find room to display this thing, because I want this on display. It really is that good of a set. And to give you just a quick size idea, I guess, if I can get it out here without destroying everything around it, maybe. Let's not hold our breath, though. Here it is with the tank. So you can see it is a very, very large set. If any of you guys own the tank here, you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Really big, really awesome. I am totally in love. And it's huge. So yeah, that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I have a Mega Bloks dog now. And yeah, thanks again. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.